Worse, because her response essentially affirmed everybody's suspicion of her in the first place. Cheyenne Bryant is probably the best prosperity pimp we got in the game right now. She gonna sell you some prosperity now, but the problem is while she's selling the prosperity to provide the illusion of authority, she loves to add some juice to her credentials. Juicing up your credentials in a manner that Cheyenne Bryant does it is like a gray area, and some aspect of it is illegal. So a real doctor, right, Dr. Raquel Martin, who's a licensed clinical psychologist, she reacted to Cheyenne Bryant being confronted about her credentials on the Joe Budden podcast. Now, Cheyenne Bryant admits, right, comes clean that she's not licensed on a Joe Budden podcast. But what she proceeds to do after admitting she's not licensed is she proceeds to try to manipulate everybody to make up for her not being licensed and having no explanation for why she's allowed to do what she's do. But the doctor spots it and points.
Make sure y'all tapping with them incense, man. If you come from a black family household, you know how that get.
Out, well, one, the manipulation, and then two, the dangers of what Cheyenne Bryant is doing.
I no longer practice under a license. Right now I'm in private practice. I'm saying, and that's what people don't understand, right? So just to educate some folks a little bit.
Hello, my name is Dr. Raquel Martin. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, professor of sciences, and podcast host who specializes in Black health and well-being. And I want to break down a clip from the Joe Budden podcast featuring someone who presents herself as Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. But before we dive in, I want to make something incredibly clear. Having a doctor does not mean someone is a licensed mental health professional. You can have a doctorate in literature and be unlicensed, and you are still a doctor. You can have a doctorate in education and hold an LPC, being a licensed professional counselor, and you are a licensed mental health professional, and you are still a doctor, but your doctorate is not in psychology. When evaluating anyone's credentials, it's really critical to look at two things: what their doctorate is actually in, and whether they hold a relevant clinical license. In this case, the person you're about to hear from is unlicensed. I'm going to break down why that matters and why this particular message is harmful, especially to the Black community that she claims to be serving and that I actually serve.
A license is really only needed so you can bill insurance.
That is incredibly misleading. Yes, you do need a license to bill insurance, but that is not why licensure exists. Licensure protects you. It means I have completed specific education and supervised clinical hours, passed rigorous exams, and I'm accountable to a regulatory board. If I breach confidentiality, if I cross ethical boundaries or harm you, you have somewhere to file a complaint and be sure that I'm held accountable.
That was a big piece of news. Because pretty much what that means is she's just popping her shit. But if a motherfucker was to really listen to her and go through some shit, or, listen, or whatever the case may have been, took something from her, whatever, she's not going to be able to be held accountable because she don't even have her license. She doesn't even have her license. So that means your hyphy ass should have never been listening to her, bro. Same shit what I just seen a little Michael Jackson death documentary with Cuz Dr. Conrad Murray. Cuz had his little the grand shit, like he could sell medicine and all that, or he's whatever, medical, whatever. But Cuz was doing illegal ass shit, like had fines, all types of shit. Like just cause a motherfucker got a degree to say, yeah, I can do this, don't mean that that's the person you should go to. Do your whole background check is what I'm trying to say, cuz.
It's as if the licensing board was created for charlatans who think a license is only needed to take your money. You see how that works? It's as if the licensing board was created for the charlatan who believes a license and credential is only needed so she could take your money. Okay? Now, why licensing is so important when talking about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? Because her credentials are into question. Like, people talk a lot about Umar Johnson and his credentials. Umar Johnson, again, and we might have, our differences, but Umar Johnson is a doctor. Umar Johnson does have a doctorate degree, okay? I went through the National Student Clearinghouse. I confirmed it. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, one, there's mystery in this. Two, not only is there mystery, but there's no way to ever confirm if she's a doctor or not. You know why? Because conveniently, the school she went to has closed down. Right? Like the school she went to was this like random miscellaneous, super odd online degree, maybe credential, maybe not credential, school that ultimately closed down, and there's no way to confirm whether or not she's a doctor. So she conveniently got her degree from a school that you can't confirm if she's a doctor or not. So we got to take her word for it. The bio on her website says Dr. Bryant, and she calls herself doctor, started college at 17 at California State University, where she earned a double degree in psychology and Pan-African studies. She went to earn a master's degree, but it says right here, she found clarity during her master's program at the University of Phoenix. It was there she realized her calling, healing herself, and others fueled by this revelation she pursued and earned. Okay, but this is where it gets kind of odd, right? So she listed that she was enrolled in a master's program at the University of Phoenix, but doesn't list what she got her master's in. She never listed what she got her master's in, nor does she list if she ever finished the master's program. We dealing with a straight prosperity pit. This is some cold stuff. What did you get your master's in? Did you finish it? She never said. All she says was when she was in the master's program at the University of Phoenix, that's when she found clarity and decided what she wanted to do. She never listed what she got her master's in. She probably don't got a master's. She then says she pursued and earned a doctorate in counseling psychology from Argosy University. Now, Argosy shut down in 2019. Now, before it got shut down, it lost its accreditation. So, worst case scenario, she completely lied about earning that doctorate, and we will never find out because, Argosy shut down. Who can you confirm it with? Best case.
I don't know why I just did all that, but he be drawing in the most subtle ways, bro. Like, I can't take this nigga serious when he's exposing people, bro.
Scenario, she earned a doctorate in counseling psychology from a school that's not accredited whatsoever.
A license is not paperwork just for billing. It's a consumer protection. When someone drops or loses or no longer has a license, they're not solely avoiding the insurance hassle. They're also removing your recourse if something goes terribly wrong.
Not binded by BBS, the Behavior Board Science rules and regulations and ethics, and so it just opened up a whole nother floor in industry for me.
And she's also saying this like it's a good thing. I want to state something really important. Ethics codes exist to protect you from exploitation and boundary violation and providers practicing outside of their competence. When someone celebrates being free from ethical oversight, I want you to think of that as a red flag, a flashing one. It's a warning sign because those rules exist because real harm happens when they're not in place. So celebrating that you don't have to be accountable to that should be concerning to you.
As a therapist,
but also to add that's what she's prioritizing off of, bro. And that's why I wouldn't listen to shit she has to say. Bitch, you're literally not held accountable to tell me bullshit, bro. Why would I listen to you, gang? You could literally say, I'm Dr. Raquel Martin, da-da-da-da. And you could literally be like, if you sleep with a knife by you, it's scientifically proven you'll wake up more tougher. And you fucking around and stab yourself all up in the neck going to sleep, and she won't be held accountable, bro. But you, especially if you was ill. Say if you was an ill patient and you mentally just didn't know if that was really right or not. You feel me? She fucking around would not be held accountable, gang. That's why I wouldn't even take this shit serious, bro.
Two things. You can obviously make what you deserve because therapy is real. We're giving everything we have in there. And we're unpacking shit and we're helping you process through things. So it's not us sitting there where if you're an effective therapist saying, tell me more. You should be unpacking. And you should be able to take somebody and drive with them to their goal.
And here's another thing. She keeps calling herself a therapist, and in most states, that's actually illegal without a license. You cannot legally use the title therapist or provide psychotherapy without licensure. What she's describing now is coaching, and coaching and therapy are fundamentally different. Coaches help with goals and accountability. Therapists are trained to diagnose and treat mental health conditions, trauma and depression and suicidality and psychosis. If someone with untreated bipolar disorder or PTSD thinks they're getting therapy from a coach, they're going to be seriously harmed. These are actual conditions that go undiagnosed and untreated, especially within the Black community.
What the hell did I just tell y'all niggas? I didn't even watch this dumb fucking video game. Like, this is real life shit. We gotta understand. I don't like making reaction videos because it just be to dumbass shit 9 times out of 10.
Say, as a therapist, we do this, and this, right? But in response to this video exposing her for being unethical, she writes, I don't need a license because I'm not a therapist. I'm a psychology expert and life coach. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to grasp about that. Coaches do not need a license. I do not identify as a therapist. But we just heard her say, as a therapist.
As a therapist, 2 things: you can obviously make what you deserve, because therapy is real. We're giving everything we have in there. And we're unpacking shit, and we're helping you process through things. So,
but when she gets caught and exposed and realized the gig is up, she then tries to manipulate us and convince us our ears didn't hear what our ears heard. She goes, my bio does not say therapist, and my website does not say therapist. Anywhere on it, it clearly says psychology expert and life coach. But that Joe Budden podcast was not the only time she identified as a therapist. She identified as a therapist during the Cam Newton podcast.
marriage, like the Bible says, is cleaving. Cleaving does this. Cleaving does this. Cleaving doesn't do this. And so when people come to me married, they're doing similar to Mama's statement. They're coming to me like this. And so I'm not counseling married couples. I'm counseling individuals who are coming with so many issues within themselves that they married on paper, but they ain't never even had a chance to be married mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, intellectually in any way. But what happens is, as I help them as individuals process through their traumas and their pain and their intergenerational issues, they magically either usually cleave, or not many, but some, depart. Because you cannot cleave without shedding. And the shedding that cleaving takes is the shedding of your stuff, your ego, your emotions, your trauma, your pain pockets. And when you shed of that, the cleaving was already waiting there for you. So it's not that anyone, even other therapists, even other therapists,
as in myself.
Damn, bro, she was popping her shit low. I can understand why motherfuckers would feel, they could listen to her, because she's not, like, selling dreams. She sounds like a reasonable person, but it's a double-edged sword with shit like that, bro. Motherfucker can make shit sound great and still do some shit. So you just gotta really, like, the eyes don't lie. Her eyes is too pretty, in my opinion, so I wouldn't trust shit she's saying. Her eyes is too sexy. You feel me? I ain't believing shit she lying, sexy ass gotta say, bitch. Fuck what you talking about. I go fucking listen to Dr. Martin or something.
I'm a therapist as well. So, I can't even begin to fathom why she thought she could lie like that. You have been presenting yourself as a therapist. You have called yourself a therapist.
Don't copyright me, y'all. I was listening to music.
On multiple occasions, including the very video she's reacting to. You called yourself a therapist in that video. But yet when you get caught for presenting yourself as if you have authority, all of a sudden, I've never said I was a therapist. It's absurd. It sucks, right? Now, even with the life coaching gimmick, Mark Lamont Hill and Dr. Raquel did a very great job at unpacking how even her referring to herself as a life coach is a level of manipulation. She understands the average person probably won't be able to distinguish between giving therapy and giving counseling.
Right, though, and that's why I feel like she got over it, because with that expert, whatever she said, shit, and then she said advice coach, it makes it sound like, what is a therapist? Basically, both of them two things, but she just has degrees in, or whatever the case may be, in them two things. She didn't take the steps necessary to be classified as a therapist, which makes this shit just messy and funny, bro. And I'm not even about to finish this joint, because it's like, this is why TikTok, we just gotta stop listening to everybody. Media and all that shit, man. Everybody is not fucking classified, bro.
You're saying I can call somebody.
Oh yeah.
But if you're not, I can't call anybody. That feels
There's
like
no one to call.
that feels like an out. It's like if I were a restaurant owner and I decide, well, I'm not with the Better Business Bureau. It's like, or I'm not with the health department. Like, don't you have to sign up with these people?
Not if you're if you're licensed, yes, that's part of like who you're licensed with. But if say you're a coach, you can decide to there are some ways that you can be certified, but you don't have to. Like anyone can state that they're a coach. Anyone can't state that you're a licensed mental health professional.
I get it. So if I'm a mental health professional, I have to be licensed. I can't opt out. But if I use the word life coach, I can, or career coach or relationship coach.
Oh, yeah.
That's the workaround. The workaround is just saying you're not that thing. You give it, name it something else.
Yeah, there's no regulatory body on coaching. People can take the there are like certain ways that you can, it's not certified, but like there's like the International Coaching Federation and there's the National Board of Health and Wellness.
Hold on.
My husband's problems, my friend's problems.